are now live. Welcome, Podfeet.
Hello. How are you today?
Pretty good. We're working on our sound, trying to dial it in. I think we may have it.
Yeah.
So, are you okay there in the chat room, folks?
Yeah. Now, how are the two of us compared to each other?
Are you okay? Whoops. Gotta
Steve, that's a noob move right there.
Muted.
All right, let me do a recording and hit some playback here. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeet.com. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeet.com.
How was that, chat room? Could you hear playback? Sounds good.
All right, good. All right, it's time for roll call. We've got Kevin and Bruce from Alabama, and Joe from the North Woods, and Lynn, and John, and Sandy, and Steve, and Zoe from England. Where's Japan? Where are those guys?
Oh, Frank and
Michael Westbay. Where are those guys?
Maybe it's a holiday in Japan.
Yeah, well, we're still that weird we've moved times, but they haven't thing.
Yeah.
I think it's next weekend that things get better.
Okay.
On Sunday.
How's your recovery going?
Well, I might just say a few words about that.
Okay.
All right. I'm just going to wing it, though.
Oh, boy.
Wait, in 2 weeks? Oh, geez. Because Ireland is next weekend. Is a week from tomorrow. Oh, my goodness. We're all different. That's awesome. Thanks for telling me.
A week from tomorrow? They do it on a Monday?
No, sorry, a week from today. So Saturday's wrong, but oh, no, maybe it is. No, maybe it is in 2 weeks. No, I think it is aligned in 2 weeks. That's right. Because I was going to have a problem with Bart, but I'm not going to be there to record with him. So that's why it mattered, and then it didn't matter. Yeah, you're right, Zoe. Don't listen to me. All right, here goes. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeet.com, a technology geek podcast with an ever so slight Apple bias. Today is Sunday, March 15th, 2026, and this is show number 1088. Well, I'm glad to tell you that I am recovering extremely well at home. Steve is doing absolutely everything around the house, so really have your thoughts and prayers be with him for everything he's having to do. I always kid around that I don't do anything around this place because he does so much, but it turns out I do lots of little tiny things, I think, and he has to do absolutely everything for me. But the most important thing is I'm getting stronger. The pain is way down. I haven't had even Tylenol in a couple of days, even though every one of the caregivers seems to think that I should get my narcotics prescription completed and filled. And I told them, no, my pain is 0. So anyway, I'm feeling good, feeling strong. Went for a walk outside. That is a hopping walk on one leg. And next week I see the surgeon in another x-ray, and then hopefully he'll clear me in another week after that to actually start putting pressure on the other leg. So yeah, I'm doing great. I'm really doing fine.
Okay, just to clarify, the hopping walk is with a walker. She's not just hopping on one leg.
Didn't I say that?
Well, you said hopping on one leg, but...
Hang on. Even though every one of the caregivers seems to think, I think, and he has to do absolutely everything for me. But the most important thing is I'm getting stronger. The pain is way down. I haven't had. So anyway, I'm feeling good, feeling strong. Went for a walk outside. That is a hopping walk on one leg. And next week I see the surgeon in another. Let's see. Oh, Steve wants me to clarify when I said hopping on one leg, that's with a walker. That's not just hopping up and down the street. I'm not that strong. Anyway, I'm feeling good. Everything's good. Don't worry about me.
Yeah, I think you're doing great. I mean, you're doing all your exercises and your OT and your PT.
Yeah.
So keep it up. You'll be walking in no time.
There's Frank. We missed you, Frank.
Hey, Frank. So Frank's buying.
All right. I knew you knew last week about the stupid time change, so I was wondering where you were. All right. not sure exactly why, but I've always weighed myself every single day. Turns out weighing yourself doesn't help you lose weight. I can prove it because I tried weighing myself twice a day and it still didn't help. Now, let's start over. I'm not sure why, but I've always weighed myself every single day. Turns out weighing yourself doesn't help you lose weight. I can prove it because I tried weighing myself twice a day and it still didn't help. And yet, I still weigh myself every single day. As a result... Jeez, come on, it's going to be a long show. As a result, when I went into the emergency room and they asked me how much I weighed, I promptly answered 148.1 pounds. I knew it wasn't necessary to give that extra significant digit, but when you know the number, it's just natural to say it. They evidently logged that number because when they took me into the rehab hospital, the bed was able to weigh me. The woman pointed out that somehow I had gained 5 pounds in just 3 days in the hospital. I assumed originally that either my scale at home or their scale of the bed was miscalibrated, or they were putting some really fattening stuff in those bags of liquid they kept pouring into me. But then I got to thinking, the orthopedic surgeon put an awful lot of hardware into my bones to bolt me back together. Is it possible that at least some of the weight gain was due to the weight of the surgical stainless steel? When the rehab doctor came to see me and was looking at the x-ray, I asked him if there was any information on his screen that would tell me the length of the pieces of hardware. He was able to dig up the exact dimension of the hardware. First, there's a 7.157-inch long rod inserted vertically down through my femur. Then there's a screw that goes through that rod up at an angle, and that's what connects the ball of the femur, which is actually called the femoral head, to the vertical part of the femur, also known as the femoral shaft, basically attaching that head where it had cracked off. The screw that holds those two pieces together is 3.74 inches long. Finally, there's a short screw that stabilizes the rod by going horizontally into it at the bottom. Now, I used my favorite screenshot utility, Shotter, to measure the length of the rod in pixels in the photograph I had from the doctor of my x-ray. From that, knowing the length and the number of pixels, I could get an inches per pixel multiplier that I could use to figure out the true diameter of the screws and the rod. I just noticed something. I am not seeing... There's apparently a screenshot in here. Do you see a screenshot right after I said rod?
No.
Oh my God. I published this missing a bunch of information. Okay. I will fix that after.
Okay.
And I misspelled Shotter. Good grief. Yeah, I've got the image here.
Do you want to throw that in the, because I can't show the chat room. Is it important for them to see?
Oh yeah, it'd be fun.
Because it shows the hardware, right?
Yeah, but it's better. It's even better than that. Oh, come on. It's saying the file's too big. How much is it worth it to you to?
Well, can I get it and I can scale it? And
no, because I'd have to find you and give it to you. Let's see.
Is it on your desktop anyway?
File, export. I'm just going to, how about a JPEG? Is that going to be smaller? Yeah, there we go. 1 second. Thank you for offering, but apparently PNG is really big of that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, usually PNGs are smaller, but apparently not when they're of photos. Okay, here we go. This is where I'm using Pixel Snap to measure the thing to get it. All right.
Wow.
But then I got curious about whether there were maybe standard pieces of hardware for this kind of surgery and I wouldn't have to be measuring pixels on a photo. I noticed in the x-ray that it said hip troch nail, where troch was spelled T-R-O-C-H. So I asked Perplexity to give me some information on the exact hardware that might have been used for this kind of surgery. If I can get the diameter and length of the hardware, then I can calculate the volume, and multiplying that by the density of surgical steel, I can determine the overall weight. Sorry, David, there's going to be math. Perplexity first explained that the thing I've been calling a rod is called a TFNA, or trochanteric fixation nail. We're just going to call it a nail, if that's okay with you. So Perplexity gave me some generic information about these nails, but then suggested that I look in my medical records for the exact model that was implanted in me. I went over to my chart and I found the surgeon's note where he wrote Synthes, that's Synthes, Synthes 10 millimeter short nail, 95 millimeter helical blade, 34 millimeter distal screw. While I was a little offended that this 7-inch nail was referred to as short, now I had information to help Perplexity discover exactly what kind of hardware I was carrying around. And yes, I heard it when I said 7-inch nails. All right, I gave it the length dimension to Perplexity since I knew that precisely, and I asked it to explain the rest. I'll save you from listening to the back and forth to get to the most precise answer. Together, we determined that it's probably 170 millimeters long with a proximal diameter of 15.66 millimeter. That's the fatter part that I can see in the image. About halfway down, it goes down to 10 millimeters for the distal part of the nail inside the femoral shaft. From my measurements on the x-ray, it looks like it narrows from the thickness to the thin dimension, like I said, around halfway down the nail. Distal port, not part. Port. All right. Don't do that. It doesn't work. Okay, that's the biggest piece, but there's still a giant screw-looking thing that goes through the nail and into the femoral head to hold that in place while the bones heal back together. I learned from Perplexity that this is what the doctor referred to as the helical blade, and those are around 10 to 11 millimeters in diameter and 95 millimeters long, just like the doctor had noted in his notes. The little screw stabilizing the nail in the bone near the bottom must then be the distal screw. Perplexity told me it's 5 millimeters in diameter and 34 millimeters long. Now all I needed to do was pop open Excel and get to work. I was a mechanical engineer, and for some reason the density of steel is stuck in my brain forever. It's 0.28 pounds per cubic inch. I was going to have to convert between metric and freedom units, but I know how to do that. It won't be too hard. To calculate the weight, we need the volume times the density. And to calculate the volume, we need the cross-sectional area of each nail, helical blade, and screw times their length. The area of a circle is pretty easy. I'm betting you could remember it's pi r squared. Oh no, we have to calculate the radius by dividing the diameter in half. I think we're up to the challenge. After converting to freedom units, the total weight of all the hardware is a measly 5... Hang on. Distracted by the fact that this table is all borked up. Where's the table? Why is that like that? All right. 5 is a measly... I think we're up to the challenge. After converting to freedom units, the total weight of all this hardware is a measly 0.56 pounds. After I did the calculations, Steve pointed out that when they put the hardware in, they had to have removed the equivalent bone volume. Dagnabbit, he's right. Back to Perplexity, where I found out that the femoral bone density in the shaft is around 0.07 pounds per cubic inch. Removing the equivalent weight for the bone, the grand total of how much weight I should have gained was 0.42 pounds. Now, when I started writing this up, I'd already done the calculations, but I had made a significant error in those calculations. It wasn't an error of typing in the wrong number or putting the numbers in the spreadsheet incorrectly. I was using the circumference of the circle, not the area of the circle. I thought I had 4.03 pounds of hardware in me, when it turned out it was only 0.42 pounds. It sure would have been a better story if it had been 4 pounds, right? But it gets better. I got curious about exactly how they put that nail in there and then screw those screws into place, and I wanted to see how this was all done. I found a PDF instruction manual on a site that made me swear I was an orthopedic surgeon to enter. If you like stuff like this, I put a link in the show notes to the manual, but I presume most of you do not. Well, the most interesting thing I learned in there was that they put a guide wire in first before they insert the nail, and that made me realize I'd made another completely incorrect assumption. The nail isn't solid. It has to be hollow. Oh well, not all my stories are winners.
Sorry. You added something there.
Can you believe it? That's embarrassing.
So it's actually less than 0.42?
Yeah, I didn't go do the rest of the calculations.
Because you don't know how hollow it is, what the wall thickness is.
Right? Yeah, I didn't go figure out like what's the diameter of the guide wire or anything
Right.
like that, you know? All right, let's see. Calculating dimensions with Pixel Snap. All right, now I'm going to send that back.
No, John,
to
she doesn't do that. That's why she has a podcast. So she can do it to people who actually want to hear it. Well,
That's the
maybe.
theory. I do
Maybe.
still annoying people.
Some things they may not want to hear.
I watched videos of how the surgery is done. They were demos, not actually drilling into anybody, and it was fascinating. It was really, really interesting how it works. The thing that I learned that was the craziest thing was in the documentation for this particular nail and assembly was that they showed a picture of where the crack would probably be, and it's exactly where my crack is. So I say this is a design flaw. This was not my fault.
Who are you going to take that up with?
Alrighty. We have a CES interview. Oh,
Yes?
I can't find my Kindle. I don't know where it is. It's got to be downstairs somewhere.
Do you want to use mine?
Yeah, I really want to use mine because it's prettier.
Yeah, you can see yours. Tell you, I'll go do a quick check, and if I can't find yours, I'll bring mine.
Yeah, look around under the my square table or something.
Downstairs?
Yeah, that's the only place, because I know I had it there a couple of nights ago, but I did not bring it upstairs.
All right. John,
Thank you.
I'm not going to make a crack about your crack.
Okay, so Scamper. While I play this, this is a really, really cool thing. And Steve and I bought our own after we heard about this. Not all my stories are winners. A lot of the audience I know uses Kindles and iPads to read, and there's a lot of issues with being able to hold on to them easily and maybe accidentally dropping them on yourself or on someone else. So I'm here with Lou Rice from Strapsicle to tell us about her solution.
That's right, yes. I unfortunately dropped my Kindle on baby Archie's head when I was breastfeeding him. He's fine now, he's 4. But my partner Ben designed me a quick strap to hold my Kindle, and after a while I didn't want to use it without. So this is Strapsicle.
So describe this for the audio-only audience as well.
Sure, absolutely. So it's basically a strap, 2 straps, attach your Kindle in seconds, they pop on or off. They're made of soft silicone, and what they mean is you can never drop your Kindle again, basically. It's kind of attached to your hand, but in a good way, and
So
it means no more hand cramps.
It's a diagonal strap from one corner to the other,
Yes.
and then a second diagonal strap from one corner to the other. Can you use it with just one?
Absolutely. I can slip on, I can have 1 or 2. People have a personal preference. You see, I can put one finger under there. It's not going anywhere.
That's really nice.
It's cool.
It's really simple and soft, and she just took it off. Simple yet elegant. Is that what you were going to say, Steve?
We say functional and fashionable.
Yes, this one's baby blue. I noticed you like
blue,
colors.
Yeah, we have a lot of different pastel colors and bright neons. So, yeah, we launched 3.5 years ago. We were on Shark Tank last year. And we're just here to make reading more comfortable and accessible for everyone.
I like it. All right. So this is, unfortunately, we can't find mine, which is in a beautiful lilac color. But let me hold this up to you. So this is, Strapsicle just comes on and off like that. You could do it with 1 or with 2. And you just pop it on here, like so. And then when you, he's got his backwards of the way I do it. That's interesting. You put your hand in there to hold your iPad or your Kindle. I tend to hold it pretty much with 1 finger, and I'll be talking a little bit about the advantages of it, well beyond just being able to hold it with the strap. There's other advantages of this design. All right. I think Steve's coming back here. All right, we're going to go to the end here because I have something to add to this.
Did you already, I missed, did you put in the Strapsicle, did you insert the Strapsicle interview?
Yes, I started playing it while you were gone. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not going to do a separate sound. I don't think I want to interrupt this. I'm going to put in a chapter.
Okay.
But for my testimonial, I'm going to... put a bookmark or a chapter mark.
All right.
All right. Oh, actually, that's supposed to be down a level. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you very much, Lou. This is fantastic. Thank you. Okay, so you just heard all about our interview with Lou from the company Strapsicle, but I wanted to add Steve and my 2 cents to this. So I guess you're kind of getting 4 cents out of the deal. When we got home from CES, I went straight to Amazon to buy one for Steve and one for me. Spoiler, we love them. Because Steve is Steve, he chose a black Strapsicle for his Kindle Paperwhite, which is also black. And because I'm a grown-up woman who could do whatever she wants, I bought the lilac model for my Kindle Nothing. I think I mentioned in the interview that I bought the much smaller Kindle Nothing since I couldn't comfortably hold the Paperwhite because it's so wide now. Even with the Kindle Nothing, I've been finding my hand aching after reading for a long time. It was starting to affect my knitting and crocheting, and for a while there I thought maybe one of those sports was causing the pain in my hand, but I've learned later it was holding the Kindle. When we talked about Strapsicle after CES, Steve said his hand was hurting too from holding his Kindle for long periods. We'd never shared that with each other. I have to say, Strapsicle is made of an absolutely velvety silicone. It's soft to the touch and it's pliable. And on our Kindles, the straps aren't very tight, so you don't feel like your fingers are trapped under the strap and going to lose circulation. They're not loose enough to easily fall off, but occasionally after shoving them into a backpack on our world travels, they have popped off, but they're really easy to pop back on. Now, it turns out there's even more advantages to Strapsicle than one-handed reader holding and not dropping the reader on your baby, as happened to Lou. Can you change the word from dropping to dropping?
I kind of like dropping.
You see it?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll change it.
Oh, no, I should say baby Archie. And not drop. And not dropping the reader on baby Archie, like happened to Lou. The 2 straps go diagonally from one corner to the opposite corner, and each of these corners provides a nice flat surface with friction versus the thin plastic case of the Kindle itself. Here's a couple of problems this solves. Let's say you're on a plane and you have the tray table down and you want to set your Kindle up resting on the back of the seat in front of you, maybe while you're eating. Because the Kindle is thin and plastic, the slightest turbulence or seatback movement can cause your Kindle to just slide down flat on the table. Also, the newer Kindle models have their power buttons on the bottom, so putting them upright like this turns them off. And this has been driving Steve's nuts ever since... Not Steve's. Also, the newer Kindle models have their power button on the bottom, so putting them upright like this turns them off. And this has been driving Steve nuts since he got the new Paperwhite model. With a Strapsicle on your Kindle, or iPad mini, or Kobo, the friction and thicker flat edge of that yummy silicone keeps the device in place and keeps it from turning itself off. While I read at night, I lie in bed on my right side. With Strapsicle on my Kindle, I often don't even need to use the strap. Actually... keeps the device in place and keeps it from turning itself off. When I read at night, I lie in bed on my right side. With Strapsicle on my Kindle, I often don't need to put my finger under the strap. The flat, friction-full corners keep the Kindle lying on its side with only my finger to keep it balanced. I sometimes put one finger under the strap, but most of the time, I don't even do that. In my injured reserve state, where I have to sleep on my back, which I hate with a fiery passion, I rest my elbow on the bed with my hand straight up and one finger under the strap. It's pretty easy and light, so it works no matter how much I hate lying on my back. Now, the fact that Steve and I have both kept our Strapsicles on our Kindles ever since early January tells you that they are a great addition to our reading comfort. I should mention that both of our hands stopped having that achy feeling. That's worth $20 a piece right there. How many husbands does Podfeet have, Steve's?
So you mentioned they also have them for the smaller iPads and Kobo's other readers. There's one. I think she shows it in the video interview, but we don't talk about it. There's a version for the larger iPad where it's actually a case for the iPad.
Yeah,
And then
I didn't understand that. It's a case, but it's
it's
like,
a clear case, and it has the strapsicle arrangement built into the back of the case.
Find a link to that, because I thought there was something like that too, and I couldn't find anything like that.
Okay, I'll see if I can find that.
All right. Time for commuter. Oh, better get these out. Let's see. Let's start doing the. So this next interview, stop it, Kevin, is. Do you wonder what clipboard he has that in, or is it like on his desktop? So he's always looking at that picture. Exactly how does that work? I gotta do a little ambiance. Larry and his brother Daryl and his other brother Daryl. Best season finale of all time. That show. That was still the funniest thing with Suzanne Plachette. I just died at that. That was so funny. Right there. I'm in the Artronic booth with David Prisgoda, and this might be the product that everybody listening can probably use. David, tell us about what you got here today.
Hi, we are here with the Commuter True Wireless earbuds, and these are the true wireless earbuds that Apple should have made. They are the first true wireless earbuds with built-in MagSafe, so you can just hook it up right to the back of your phone. You never lose it. They're always with you. You have a built-in kickstand.
I'm going to tell the audio-only audience a few things. The earbuds don't stick to the back of your phone. The case for it sticks to the back of your phone.
Absolutely. And the case, you have 30 additional hours of earbud life. So while they're in the case on the back of your phone, you actually can almost never run out of battery. You get 7 hours within the earbuds themselves, and then an additional 30 hours in the case.
So is the case have the case has a battery in it?
The case has a battery in it.
It's so light.
It's so light, very thin.
He's looking on the
half an inch. Yeah.
Does the Apple MagSafe charge the case?
It does not. Apple does not allow that. Android actually has a feature where they'll allow that, but so no.
So the light blinks while it's sitting on it. What's the light indicate?
Well, I actually have one in now.
Yeah.
So it basically is paired and connected. There's a really cool app that also comes with it. So if I click in, I can see the battery health of each of my earbuds. Right now I'm only using...
Yeah, so John is asking whether I have a phone case. So yeah, I've got a phone case with a MagSafe ring on it. So I've already got that on there. So this is still MagSafe, so I can connect to something. And then this is just slaps right on there. So you can, if you've got any kind of MagSafe case, you can keep that connected. It's pretty cool idea.
I did find that unusual strapsicle case in the interview, but I couldn't find it on the website. So I think it may have been newly launched at CES.
So it's a plastic case that has embedded in it the straps.
Correct.
Yeah.
A little different arrangement with the circle thing. And the case does have a cover, foldable cover, kind of like the Apple's
she did
case.
talk about that. Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't think it's for the largest iPad. I think it's for this. I can't tell if that's 9-inch, what size that one is. But
right. Ooh, Jill just got a blizzard warning.
Oh
man, it's going to be 87 on Wednesday.
Here?
Yeah. I just, let's see. Let me check. Oh, I'm lying. It's going to be 84, and it's Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday and Friday are going to be 83. We're having a heat wave. 90 degrees in Nevada. All right, let's see. So I'm going to addend to this one too, but it's not a separate blog post. All right, here we go. Well, actually...
Enjoy the show.
Well, the folks from Commuter were nice enough to send me a set of their MagSafe earbuds to test. They were easy to pair for my... How hard is that to say? Come on. They were easy to pair to my phone, and just like he described, it was very convenient. Okay, come on. Stop. That's a neat little animation. What are you doing there?
Much. Enjoy the show.
Jeez. Wait till they're done talking.
Much. Enjoy the show.
The folks from Commuter were nice enough to send me a set of their MagSafe earbuds to test. They were easy to pair to my phone, I should say, and just like he described, it was very convenient to simply slap the case on the black. Okay, this is your last chance, Allison.
Much. Enjoy the show.
The folks from Commuter were nice enough to send me a set of their MagSafe earbuds to test. They were easy to pair to my phone, and just like he described, it was very convenient to simply slap the case on the back of my phone, even with a ring case on it that had MagSafe built in. The case about doubles the thickness of the phone, but it's super light. It's not the case, it's the earbuds. The earbuds case. The Commuter earbuds case about doubles the thickness of the phone, but it's so light, it's not that big of a problem. It took me a little while to get the hang of how to use the play pause on these earbuds. You simply tap them right in line where they go into your ear. But I wasn't very accurate at tapping it just with my finger kind of out in space. Eventually, I realized that if I stabilized the headphones between my thumb and third finger, I could accurately tap the right spot every time. Personally, I think this is an Allison problem, probably not a problem with the device. Once I mastered that trick, it was easier to touch and hold the right or left earbud to increase or decrease the volume. There is a bit of a lag, but you'll hear a little ding when the volume changes. The fit is very comfortable for me. Comes with 3 different sizes of ear tips, and I was surprised that the default of the large ear tips fit me perfectly. I normally go medium to small. Now, these aren't hard silicone or even a slightly soft silicone. They're very flexible in comparison to, say, the Beats Fit Pro or Apple AirPods Pro. I'd almost call them flimsy, but that's got a bad connotation. It feels like just that extra flexibility makes it easier for them to mold into my ear canal. I did notice that my hair moving over the stems of the Commuter earbuds made a fair bit of noise, sort of a low-frequency, scratchy noise. I switched to my AirPod Pros 3 and I realized those do that too, but it's a much higher frequency scratchy noise. The Beats Fit Pro, which I use most of the time, don't do this at all. My hair moving around over the stems makes no noise with those earbuds. Now, Steve and I compared the Commuter earbuds to the Beats Fit Pro and AirPods Pro, playing the song More Than a Feeling by Boston. This is a song that's been in our family for years, for decades literally. It's how we always test speakers. The Commuters had a pretty good bass response and were still clear at the high end. It's actually kind of hard to make this comparison because how an in-canal earbud fits makes all the difference in the sound. The only earbuds that have ever fit well for Steve are the Beats Fit Pro. If he didn't hold the Commuters or AirPods Pro in his ears, they didn't sound good at all. Now, if you download the Commuter AirPod... If you download the Commuter app for iOS, you have a lot more control over the earbuds. For example, you can enable noise cancellation, which has 3 options: ambient aware, noise canceling, and talk through. Just like with AirPods Pro, I detest the talk through option. It just sounds like it's letting the worst of the noise through, in my opinion. Ambient aware is kind of noise cancellation light, I would say. It's kind of like, I'm kind of aware, but I'm not going to do that much about it. Noise canceling really eliminates most of the background sound with the Commuter earbuds. From the app, you can also choose from a few equalizers, but I'm afraid I couldn't tell the difference between them. Even dragging the sliders way up on the high end, which should have made it sound screechy and terrible, didn't seem to make a big difference. I'm not quite sure why. The bottom line is that the Commuter MagSafe earbuds are a solid choice. Being able to carry your earbuds connected to the back of your phone, which also provides a nice stand for your phone, I think these at $129 are a very nice choice.
Good.
Good. All right. Ooh, how about some money? Money. I was just singing a rock song. Did you catch that?
Money.
Yeah. Pink Floyd. Believe it or not, I went to a Pink Floyd concert when I was in college.
I believe it.
I saw the pig explode over Angel Stadium.
Was he flying at the time?
He was. He was on a guy wire diagonally up the thing. All right. They're out of control.
Yeah.
Transitioning from a walker to that. I need an EV. If you're not a fan of subscriptions to support the content you enjoy, perhaps you'd like to deploy the strategy that Christoph developed for himself. He set up a reminder to send me a donation through PayPal once a quarter. Like clockwork, I get the support to help keep the show going. But if for some reason he can't make the donation or simply doesn't want to for that quarter, maybe I was boring or I did too much math, he can choose not to. He's been doing it this way for years. If you want to donate on your schedule, you can set your reminder to go to podfeed.com/PayPal, like Christoph, or podfeed.com/donate, which does not require an account. I'm going to do a really quick thing.
Off the cuff.
Grumpy. What's Grumpy's real name? Mike. What's Mike's last name? Come on, guys.
Hold on.
What is Mike's last name?
Hold, please.
Grumpy Mike.
Mike. I don't have a last name.
Yeah, why is...
I know where he's from, but I don't know.
I can't see a list of everybody who DM'd me. Maybe he put it in general. No. Delete me? He posted it in Slack.
Do you want me to do a little search there?
I am. Oh, maybe it was in show announcements. Dagnabbit. Grumpy.
His last name may not be there either. Mike Price.
Mike Price.
Let me enter that.
I hope it was Mike Price. Shoot, was it somebody else? Now we know it.
Well, you're not questioning whether Mike Price is grumpy. You're questioning whether he was the one that submitted this thing.
Yeah.
What
No,
was
I
it?
can't. The fact that you remember when I was doing the light making the clunky sounds, and I said, "Oh, maybe this isn't going to come through on my audio." He wrote to say,
"Right."
Let's see.
And that was pretty recent.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
The word "trouble" would be in it. Yep, there it is.
All right.
All right. I don't know if you remember this from last week, but I played some audio where it was the giant clunking sound that the light made in my hospital room. At the end, after I played it, I said, "Oh, wait, I wonder whether my audio sweetening software, Auphonic, might take that sound out." Well, Grumpy in the Slack said, "You always yell at us when we don't let you know about audio issues. So to stay out of trouble, I am finally catching up on this episode. Sorry so late, but I wanted to let you know that when you played..." Wait, where's the rest of it? "When you played the click of the hospital light, there was no click whatsoever. I hear you announcing the turn on and off, but there is no click sound." Well, that answers the question. Auphonic took it out. I'm sorry to everyone who didn't get to hear it, but that's another reason to go to the live show, because they got to hear it. There we go. I give him that way he gets credit. All right, and now it's time for Security Bits with Mark Bouchotz. Yeah, I think in Slack, I think you can see his name is Mike Price, right?
Yes.
Bruce is saying he sees it too. Okay, good. Okay, Security Bits Allison, and then Security Bits Bart. And then we Option T that one. And then we Option T this one. Have I told you guys before that the fact that you can use an Option T in Hindenburg to split tracks is because of me? I wrote to him. I said, "I have to do that all the time. I want a keystroke." They said, "What do you want?"
Good.
Ready, Steve?
T for split?
Yeah, I guess. I think it's Command T in another app, which was made it stupid that it should have been that, but it should be Command. But anyway, okay, ready? Listen.
Mm-hmm.
Blink.
Well done.
Okay, good.
He's got a lot of practice at this.
Yeah, he nails it every time. All right, let's take this out of there. Take this out of there. And we'll put this here. And then we'll drag this up here. Ooh, we're going to have an early show tonight.
Yeah.
It's okay, I'm hungry. To hear it, but that's another reason to go to the live show, because they got to hear it. Well, it's that time of the week again. It is time for Security Bits with Bart Busschots. How are you this fine day, Bart?
I'm good. Freshly blown by a strong wind, but hey.
Okay, I think it needs to be that way a little bit. Hey, Bart.
I'm good. Freshly blown by a strong wind, but hey, we're here. And we are in that annoying time when your clock and my clock are not our usual 8 hours apart. So I hate that.
We have to make all these compromises and everything. Yeah. But I got to tell you, I'm jealous that you get to go outside. I would like to go outside.
Would you still like to go outside if you knew you were going to get hit by like Arctic rain showers?
No, but it is, let's see, it's about 70 degrees outside right now, light breeze blowing, you know.
If you like open all the windows, can you make it feel outside like?
A little bit. The sun on my face, though. Anyway, I may take a walk tomorrow outdoors.
Okay.
I think I'm ready.
Well, have fun. Good. Excellent.
All right, let's kick into Security Bits, shall we?
Indeed. So some of our usual feedback and follow-ups on longer running stories. I say over and over and over again that if your router is not getting patches, throw it in the bin. And if it can have patches, make sure you actually do that. Patchy, patchy, patch, patch. And BG in the Podfeed Slack shared a story to just underline that point.
By the way, that BG is Steve's uncle, if you didn't know that.
From Ars Technica, 14,000 routers are infected by malware that's highly resistant to takedowns. In this case, it's ASUS routers in the United States, where the focus of the attack is. So that seems a little close to home.
It's not D-Link.
It's not. And ASUS make really nice routers. Like, they make really nice routers. So.
Yeah. So this isn't, hey, you bought some cheap piece of garbage, throw it in the bin. This is a really important thing, and you should be keeping it updated, because apparently a whole snot load of people are not.
Correct. In the United States. So that's right in our audience. So that's why.
Yeah, why in the United States? That's curious.
High value targets, right? So these things, when they take these routers over, they use them to proxy malicious traffic through, because you're going to be coming from residential IPs. So you completely blend in. And so if you can take over American residential IPs, then you can sell access to American television on pirated versions of TV boxes, and you can attack American corporations from American residential IPs. So they're very valuable IPs. It's all about the money. Follow the money.
Shocking.
Yeah. Another timely reminder, Mac users are not immune from malware.
Oh, I'm going to hold it right there. You're never going to know what happened. You'll have to tune into the podcast, unless you beg and you want to hear the rest of that. Yes, David Lee Roth. That's the David I apologize to for the there being maths. He always complains to me when there's math. Bart's audio icon. You need to hear?
Well, I put a link in. They can read it.
Okay. Well, now I got to go back to, where was it? Oh, I put the marker in, but I didn't put the link in. That was stupid. It was close. Copy link. All right. Where was it? Where do you think? How far in were we?
Maybe.
Okay,
6
so
minutes?
this is the password stealers. I am
Oh, here we go. Things like that on Macs.
Defender. We don't care what. Well, no, I'm saying Defender freaks out. So as my work hat on, that's
Shocking.
yeah. Another timely reminder, Mac users are not immune from malware. The Mac Observer are warning that there is a particularly nasty campaign on the way at the moment, password stealing malware. That's something with my work hat on I have been seeing more of the last while. Microsoft Defender is very good at it. If anything even slightly suspicious tries to read the SQLite file where Firefox saves passwords, it just sends off all the red alarms. It's like, someone tried to read that file, and it wasn't Firefox.exe, and that's almost always a sign that there's a password stealer. Why else would something that's not Firefox.exe read that file?
But Firefox freaked out or macOS freaked out?
Well, no, I'm saying Defender freaks out. So with my work hat on, that's how I see it. In this case, now the
But
important
that's
thing
not on
as-
Macs. Defender doesn't run on Macs. I thought this was
Yes, it
about
does.
Mac
Oh,
malware.
yes, it does. Even runs on Linux.
Microsoft Defender.
Yes.
Okay, but you don't normally recommend people run things like that on Macs.
Right, but I said it with my work hat on, and trust me, if we are giving you a computer, it is running Defender. We don't care what shape it is. We don't
Okay,
care what
but we're
size
talking
it
to the
is.
home user audience now. So how would you know that you had this? Or how would you get hacked with it?
Okay,
know?
so this is the key. Okay, so let me back up. I'm going to answer your question, but I do just want to draw a line. So what I'm saying is these password stealers, I am seeing them for real. This is definitely
In the wild.
a fashion. This is
Okay.
currently in vogue, right? Now,
Okay.
the important part here, which Mac Observer call out, I'm just going to quote them. Security researchers at Malwarebytes uncovered the campaign and warned that attackers rely on social engineering rather than technical exploits. The Mac is very robust. It's usually tricking the squishy organic bit. So the answer is ever-present vigilance, which is
There you
easy.
go. Okay.
Okay, can you stop there?
And then just this.
I can.
I don't understand because the title says new password stealing malware. That's different than social engineering, isn't it?
So the way the malware is getting there is through social engineering. They get you to click a link and accept something.
Okay. Well, that's typical.
Yeah,
Kind
yeah,
of
exactly.
the normal
the-
method.
right. But the malware is as he said, it's a reminder that it still happens to us.
To Max.
Yeah.
Okay. Did he say anything more about that social engineering techniques? So
No.
things we could watch for, or is it?
No, the usual. He didn't elaborate at that point. It was like, oh. So it wasn't a vulnerability in the operating system or anything like that.
I guess we could read the Mac Observer article.
Yeah. You're welcome, Zoe. All right. So let's see. All right, let me put you down there. All right, here we go. Oh, the Oscars? Are they on yet, Steve?
Yes, they are.
Are you recording?
Yes,
Because we got to find out whether K-pop Demon Hunters Golden wins.
I'm
it
sure
better.
it will. I'm sure it
It better.
will.
Such a good song. Okay, here we go.
Stay patched so you stay secure.
Well, that's going to wind us up for this week. Did you know you can email me at allison@podfeet.com anytime you like? If you have a question or a suggestion, just send it on over. Hey, if you got a review to do to help me out while I'm on the injured reserve list, it takes an amazing amount of time to just like walk across the hallway. So I'm running out of time, and I really appreciate the people who've been sending in reviews. We got a couple of really good ones for next week. Anyway, remember, everything good starts with podfeet.com. You can follow me on Mastodon, podfeet.com/Mastodon. If you want to listen to the podcast on YouTube, where do you go? podfeet.com/YouTube. If you want to join the conversation, you can join our Slack community at podfeet.com/Slack. And there you can talk to me and all the other lovely NosillaCastaways, even Bart. You can support the show at podfeet.com/Patreon or with a one-time donation at podfeet.com/donate with Apple Pay or any credit card. Or you can use podfeet.com/PayPal. Set a reminder like Christoph does. And if you want to join in the fun of the live show, head on over to podfeet.com/live on Sunday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific time and join the friendly and enthusiastic NosillaCastaways. Thanks for listening and stay subscribed. Steve, next week is not when we're at your dad's, is it?
No, it's 2 weeks. Let's see. Well,
2 weeks
it's
away.
a week
Yeah.
and a half because we leave on a Thursday. So we
Yeah,
leave the
so the-
26th.
Yeah, the last weekend of the month, there will be no live show.
Right.
Okay. All right. NosillaCast outro. It's time to start counting chapters, Steve.
Oh no. Am I prepared
I
to
almost
count?
blew it. I don't know. Update your calendar. Yeah, I need to do that. Okay. This is me. Ow! I didn't actually do a review of this yet. This is called the Quartet. Look. NASA Nut says it's a portable whiteboard on glass. Change NosillaCastaways calendar for last weekend. Everybody has to sit here and wait while I write this down. In March. Live. There we go.
All right, I get 6.
Oh, wait, you had time to do that? I was busy. I had to be writing on my whiteboard here. Do you use yours, by the way?
I have not been using it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes.
Good. We're
Why
in
don't you use
alignment.
It works really good, except I have
Until
a
the
cat.
Mm-hmm.
So this, see how it's all smushed?
And they
You
take
got to
on
get things done.
they take on the color of the marker that you've been using. At least the white spots do.
Right. That reminds me, we're watching Modern Family, and Mitch and Cam get a white cat named Larry for Lily, and they have some drunken party event, and the next morning the cat's pink. Haley's boyfriend refers to him as the tiny pink panther. John, please don't encourage him.
Yeah.
All right. I
All
think
right.
we are golden. Get it? Huh?
We are.
Get it? All right. I think I'm going to call it at 5:51, Steve.
Let's
Thank you
call
for
it.
coming, everybody.
Thank you. Appreciate you all attending.
We'll get Zoe to bed a little bit early tonight. Bye, everybody.